Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm glad to see Tori, Christine here. We're missing a few people, Nicole, Derek. I mean, if you're watching this, we love you guys. We miss you. We want to see your faces soon. And today, I just wanted to talk about gratitude and being grateful for everything we have as people. I think it's a subject that we talk to ourselves on the day-to-day lives. You go to church and you hear that you have to be grateful and thankful for everything you get, and I think most of us are, but we forget that when it gets to business, we're just all about business. So that's why I wanted to talk about it today. I didn't want to go 100% business today, but I wanted to talk about who we are as a person, because the whole reason why I've chosen everyone around me is because I know you guys have something that a lot of people don't have, which is being thankful for the blessings that you get every day. Um, in my case, last week I had a crazy week, so I'm gonna start with me just to make it easy. and and if I wasn't for friends and people that love me and support me every which way, it wouldn't have happened. So I really want to thank each one of you that supported me and came and helped me on the event. I really have no words to thank you. And that is just one of the things that friends and family have done for me. Christine, do you have anything that you remember recently or from a long time that has touched you, and till this day, you didn't know what's going to happen, but people showed up and showed how much they love and care for you?
I think for me, I learned a long time ago to live in this constant state of gratitude. Now, I'm sure it may have something to do with my upbringing and the foundation that was created by my grandfather who took me to church every single week, and then my parents reinforcing that, and my grandmothers who were absolutely instrumental. But I I'm an immigrant, right? I come from Guyana. That is so in that process, you even as a young child, you learn very early on that the things that you leave behind are not what you're going to find, and you start to appreciate everything, everything. You at one point you're living in a home and you have someone who drives you places and you have a nanny, and then you come to America and you're living in someone's attic in the middle of winter and it's cold. So you learn gratitude for the blanket, the warmth, the your basic necessities. And I swear I live my life that way. I just in general live my life that way. Yeah.
Hmm. How about you, Tori?
I really agree with Christine. When you have that foundation from your grandparents and forward, that really is something that's so important and stays with you. As a woman of faith, I've just always just really believed in gratitude and appreciating everything that I have, and wanting to be able to share that with others, because if I've been blessed in some way, I want to be able to share those blessings with others. As far as having people that have come around me, I really truly I've always been the person that has tried to reach out and be that one that helps everyone. And so when you find yourself in a situation where you're the one that's needing help, and having people come around you, it really and truly is very humbling, and you just become very grateful. For me, that was 5 years ago when I was diagnosed with cancer. Um, I couldn't have gotten through all of that time if it hadn't have been for friends and family that just came in and supported me and my husband and my daughter through that whole process.
Wow. When you just mentioned cancer, it just shook me because sometimes things happen in our lives that are so minuscule and shakes us. I I wouldn't know. I've been blessed that I've never been diagnosed with anything that strong, but it's truly on those moments where you see who really counts,
Mhm.
Mm.
has your back.
Mhm.
Uh, and I can say that because I went through my grandfather and my ex mother in law going through cancer, and it's so strong, so hard for the family to see their loved one in bed, not being able to do everything they once did.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I just want to remind everybody who's healthy to count your blessings, because that is a huge blessing. Money, we can wake up next day and find another job, find another thing, something that can get us moving in that direction. But health,
Mhm.
nothing pays that health.
They say what they say, health is wealth, right?
Mhm.
Because that's the one thing that again, you can always earn more money, you can have more experiences, but if your health goes, that's something else, you know. And cancer is it's a big one. My mom passed away of cancer 3 years ago, and that she was it was that moment that I kind of started thinking about, okay, I need to make some different choices in my life, and kind of propelling me into the to where I am now.
Mhm.
Because I again, you see the struggle, you and there's nothing you can do about it. But for me, I'm grateful for every moment I got to spend with her, and knowing that I wanted to hopefully make some changes in my life so that I could hopefully extend my own life, right? So appreciating the lesson that taught me, and the courage it gave me to move on into the next phase of my life, and
Mhm.
finding
Hmm.
gratitude through all that pain for that lesson. That's
For me
something.
personally, it really put a whole lot of things in perspective, things that I thought was really important. When you realize maybe not so much, and it just puts a lot of things into perspective, and you start to appreciate things a whole lot more and in different ways. And Christine, you mentioned the word courage. Wow, it really that going through all of that for me personally gave me the courage to step out a whole lot more than what I had done before. I mean, I started my business almost 3 years ago, and my diagnosis was 5 years ago. So we didn't know what the future hold, but I was encouraged to set goals and reach those goals, and several of them I met a couple of years ago, and then one was I've always wanted to have my own business. Well, why not start it? And I've done that, and it feels really good, because when you face certain battles in your life and you come through on the other side, you're like, man, what's stopping me? Just keep moving forward. So try to look at things in a different way, and always being positive as much as you can.
And it can be hard to be positive, right? It's hard
Mhm.
to find the silver lining in every day, right?
Mhm.
Really,
Hmm.
because some days it's just a mess, and you can't find the single thing that could have gone right that day. But being intentional about finding that one thing, even if it's that, oh my gosh, the guy at Starbucks made the best cup of coffee, like that's the thing. It's focusing on, and it's again, it's so hard to focus on the good thing for your day, but it becomes, or for me, it has to be a practice to remind myself, okay, Christine, we know you've made $0 today, and no one's liked a single post, and the kids haven't even called you all day. Okay, but where was the one thing that went well? Where's that one thing? And it may take a few minutes to think about it, but even if it's just, okay, I opened my eyes and the dog did not pee in the house. I mean, that's a win for me some days. Some days that's a
Yes.
win.
Mhm.
Yes, and that's the thing. Counting the wins, counting the things that we here, and I say we here in the United States take for granted. It's big. I remember I'm also immigrant. I came from Ecuador, and I remember there were times during the year that the government will ration electricity. So you'll be without electricity for hours, most of the times at night when you need it the most. And we have here year round. You know, thank God we have everything above and beyond what we need. And that's one thing that I wanted to bring up a minute ago when Tori was speaking, because I want to circle back to it. She mentioned that she decided to set goals. Look, I wish I could have a Tori here in Florida, because I'm pretty sure I will learn a whole lot. Because what I know and I admire about Tori is that she's laser focused. Oh my God. If Tori's more laser focused, she will throw a beam through her eyes. And that's one thing that I admire. And I didn't know that part of your life. I didn't know that during the midst of all that situation happened, you decided to launch a company, and that is gonna get more successful day by day, which is amazing. You
Mhm.
know, we have to start understanding that each one of us comes with a grain of greatness, and that grain of greatness we have to figure how to nourish it. And I think that's one of the things that the Tory has done amazingly well. So thank you for
Thank,
being part of the team.
thank you for having me as part of the team. You guys have been so inspiring to me with all of your stories and the accomplishments that each one of you have made. It's just a true pleasure to be a part of this group.
Thank you. And another thing is like seeing, unfortunately they're not here, and I wish they were here, because that was part of the reason why I chose this topic today. I wanted to tell Marcy, how much I admire that she's always finding something new and trying to put something in her day to day to teach us how to become better. That's the passion that each one of us has, and I see it in Marcy every single day. Every single time that I see a post from Marcy, mainly the stories. I like her stories a lot. If you haven't watched Marcy's stories, watch them. They're really, really fun and have a lot of good information. The other one that I love is our in-house storytellers, Derek, which is not here with us.
Yes.
I love the energy that he has. Every single time he opens, it's like, okay, I'm energized. I'm ready to go. I don't need more coffee. I just need another Derek to introduce us. So each one of us brings something amazing. Nicole, who has not been here for a little while, she has a passion for what she does, and I hope she's listening and gets the love from all of us. And that's it. I mean, I really, really wanted to take the time to thank all of you in public, because without all of you, this is not happening. This started as a dream to help other people understand that doesn't matter what their situation is, they can get started and become entrepreneurs and become savvy on any which thing they desire. And that's actually why I sat down with each one of you, because I saw that spark on each one of you. In, like I said a minute ago, and I will repeat it till the end, without all of you this wouldn't happen. I'm just the person who put you all together, but this team is amazing. I really appreciate working with all of you. So that is my piece on regarding of the group. Now, regarding for being thankful for business, is the part that I do want to to remind people, if you're holding a leadership position, or if you're a boss in your company, be mindful that those people that are working with you, not under you, with you, they have families, feelings, and dreams. My question is, what are you doing to support those families and dreams besides just giving them a paycheck? When was the last time that you went up to them and told them, thank you for your hard work? I want to remind you of that because I was blessed enough to be for a brief period of time part of the U.S. Army. And I remember my drill sergeant coming up to me after a horrible day and telling me, Acosta, I know you gave you 110% today. See you tomorrow. And believe me, that made my day. So people, while they may be well paid and well recompensated, you don't know how much they need those kind words.
Yes.
So I really, really encourage owners, leaders to do what's best for you for your team and always guide them or help them reach their dreams. And with
Mhm.
that, anybody wants to add anything else today? I think we're gonna have a short video, but I think very meaningful.
No, I think appreciation for your staff is something that's underrated, right? I don't think necessarily that people understand that it's the someone's done a good job, give that coffee gift certificate. I was a big proponent of that. I wrote an article for a magazine, MGA, right? So it's management. I can't think of what it is right now. I'll probably have to link it on my own post. But it was how is
Hmm.
it that I appreciated my employees beyond the paycheck, and it created an employee appreciation program for employees so that we remembered where we had things like a brag board where employees could brag about each other, right? They could appreciate each other in a public and vocal forum. We did things, Halloween parties, and then you gave prizes for how you dressed up. If for work performance or just randomly, these $5 or $10 gift cards to your local coffee shop, just so that employees remember that you reminded them that hey, you did a good job. And for me, the big part was every day when I left my office, if people were in the office when I left, before they left for the day, if they left before me, I always thank them for showing up and putting in a hard day's work. Because
Hmm.
I believe in that we all need the pat on our back sometimes, and just thank you because we can't run if you don't show up. Our business fails to move forward when you're not here. So you're integral to all parts of the business. So I was always thankful for my employees for showing up, being on time, doing their jobs, and giving their 110%.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Because you
think
want to
that's
be the employer that you didn't have, maybe, right? People who didn't appreciate you. You want to be that person.
exactly. And Christine, I think it's so important that, employees, but also just people in general. I mean, they just want to be seen, they want to be heard, but they want to know that they are valued. And I think that that is something that we need to have more of, where we are letting people know, I hear you, I see you, and I value what you do or your contribution or just your presence in being there. And it can be done in such simple ways as the coffee gift cards, or just the person at the grocery store who's checking you out. Thank you, I appreciate you helping me today, or just something as simple as that.
I
Yes.
think that's why Chick-fil-A does so well, right? Because they have this attitude of gratitude. They're when you the last thing that they make sure they acknowledge the fact that thank you for being here. And that was a
Hmm.
new concept in the fast food industry. It wasn't what all the other competitors were doing. And that I'm sure helped their
Mhm.
business. You know.
Actually,
So
now
true.
that you say that out loud, I think you're 1,000% right. as you know, I also own the dance studio, and every time that I've been so exuberantly happy that some of my students got some really tough move or whatever, I don't know, but I cheer my students like if they were my kids. I have no clue why that happens, but I'm so happy when they can get a move that is really tough or that they've been practicing for a long time and they finally get it. That I tell them, hey, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And I kid you not, every time that now that you're saying that out loud, I just noticed that that's true. The very next class is even more packed. So yeah, you're right.
The attitude of gratitude.
Hmm.
That's it. The more grateful you are, the more good things happen to you, and it just becomes this cycle. It becomes this cycle.
Well, there's always something to be grateful for. Even if we wake up in the morning, it's a gift.
It
And I
is.
think if we think of that that way, that so many things that happen to us, they're gifts that we have. So, and to appreciate them.
Yeah. And it
Yes.
translates into our businesses as entrepreneurs, right? We go to these networking events and we're meeting people, and then there are people that you connect with,
Hmm.
and they become your partners in the process. Like I've met John. I met John at a networking event that months ago, and here we are, and here he is moving my platform forward, through the collaboration, because we like each other, right? We know each other, we trust each other, and it becomes, you meet someone else that you connect with, and you help them, being grateful for the collaboration, good collaborations, between each other, and fostering them, and appreciating them when you see them, and remembering the services that they offer. Those are great ways to appreciate your business partners.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yes, I mean, we in business, I think we have the most chances of being grateful to the people that we work for and our clients. And sometimes we forget that they are the whole reason why our business still has doors open. And we forget that because they decide to put their families on the side, and because let's be honest, a paycheck is a paycheck. It's a great thing because it keeps our houses afloat and everything. But employees do decide to leave their house for aside for a moment and give you their time, which is something they're not gonna ever get back. And I think that's the part that we have to appreciate. We have to appreciate the partnerships, the friendships that come along the way. Because, like you said, Christine, we met at a networking event, and I think we saw each other 2, 3 times before we even spoke for the first time.
Yeah.
And it has become such a nice friendship. It I could say the same thing about Derek when he came the first time. I remember he's like, "Hey, my name is Derek." Right away. I remember because he's always so like, I don't know. When I see Derek, I feel like he had 4 cups of coffee and a Red Bull right before talking to me. so,
I think
so he's
he
ready to
emanates
go.
this joy, this enthusiasm for his life and his business and his message, and it is contagious if you spend any time with him. That's for sure.
That's the key word, contagious.
Hmm.
So I remember when he came up to, "Hey, my name is Derek," and I'm starting to, and it was like, "Oh my God, he's filled with good energy."
Yeah.
It was great. Same thing when I met Marcy. It was always so. With Marcy was different. With her, it was like a soothing situation, very calm, very relaxed. Like I said, each one of you have amazing gifts. I can go on and on and on from the time that I meet you all, but I think that the part that brings us together is, as you heard a minute ago, and I'm talking about the people watching the video, is that Tori and Christine, they're not just business people. They actually have a heart that they wear on their sleeves to serve your businesses. and that's the type of people that you want to your side every single day. So if you're looking to give yourself a gift, give to yourself the gift of being grateful for who you have around, and reach to great people. All right, Tori, anything else you would like to add?
Mm, I don't think so. This was a really great topic, and thank you for bringing that to the forum this week. So thank you, John.
Thank you. So, on the meantime, thank you all for watching. See you next in 2 weeks and 2 Mondays from now. And we'll go from there. And Christine, whenever you get a second, it'll be nice to have that link so we can add it for the article you wrote.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. Happy Monday. Have a blessed week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.